Hey guys, it's Gaz Montana here, the original demo disc player before they decided to give it an abbreviation when it was just called what it was called. Hope everyone's doing alright and everything. This video here is the Dr. Dre VIP contract guide. Now the great thing about the Dr. Dre VIP contract is it's complete and utterly solo, okay? It's solo and you can get $1 million within less than 2 hours. And the first time you do the Dr. Dre VIP contract, it's going to take a bit longer though, because there is a couple of introductory missions, but once you get those out of the way, every single time you do the Dr. Dre VIP contract, you'll be getting $1 million complete and utterly solo. This week, as we're making the guide, it's actually $2 million, but this is an all-time guide because this business is worth doing anytime anyway. And for new players, okay, this is a brilliant business, starting business for new players and for solo players as well. Now, if this is your first time looking to play the Dr. Dre VIP contract, you first need to own an agency. You can buy that agency from the Dynasty 8 executive website. Now, this is going to cost you around $2 million or over $2 million, should we say, no matter which location you pick. Location with this business doesn't really matter. It's not like other businesses where locations really matters. All of the 4 locations for the agencies are in the city, so it doesn't matter which one you pick. Pick whichever one you want that's like maybe close to your other businesses or high in the apartment or something like that, and then go ahead and go over to the agency and then go to the office computer, and as you'll see, the VIP contracts will be locked. So what you have to do is do one of the random security contracts. Just do one of the security contracts. And guys, we have a complete guide on the security contracts and the agency wall safe, okay? How to maximize the agency wall safe and hints and tips for the security contract. So that's a separate video. Check that out. The link will be in the description. Now, once you do one of the security contracts, you will then unlock the VIP contract. Franklin will introduce you to it. Go ahead and do the 2 introductory missions and just enjoy those, guys. We're not going to touch on those, but for new players, I will just say that you make sure you're outside the building if the VIP contract, the next part of it, is not showing up on the computer, because you have to be outside for Franklin to ring you, okay? Now, each and every single one of these VIP contracts has a couple of setup missions before you do a little mini final, okay? And the first one is called the Nightlife Leak. Now, the first setup mission for this Nightlife Leak, you have to go to a nightclub, and this is going to be in a random location. All of these setup missions, the locations are going to be in a random location. This being a nightclub, go to the nightclub, and once you get inside, you can stealth kill all of the enemies, almost. Eventually, the alarm will raise, but just try and take out as many as you possibly can before the alarm raises. That way, when it does raise, there's going to be hardly any enemies after you. Then you have to grab a tape and then bring the tape back to the agency. Mission complete. Now, the next setup mission for Nightlife League is Marina. Okay, now Marina has a very good mission skip. Basically, once you go to the Marina, you have to get into the boat and then go to the yacht. Once you get in the boat, it's going to tell you where the yacht's at. You can get back on your Mark II if you've got one, and then fly the Mark II all the way to the back of the yacht, land it on the yacht, and then kill all the enemies on the outside of the yacht. Then you have to go to the bridge. Once you're in the bridge, there's 2 switches. The switch to the left is going to unlock the doors to the main cabin. The switch to the right is going to disable the anti-air defense system, so you can escape on your Mark II if you got there on a Mark II. But if you didn't get there on a Mark II, you can actually escape on the helicopter because you now disable the anti-air defense system. And then once you go into the main cabin, you then have to find a folder with a picture of the Diamond Casino on it and a picture of Dr. Dre. Take a photograph of that, wait for the dialogue to end, and then you can leave the yacht. Escape either the helicopter or the Mark II. Mission complete. Now, for the mini final of the Nightlife League, you just have to go to the Diamond Casino. There's not really much tips here, okay? You have to go to the penthouse, and once you get to the penthouse, you just have to go and try and steal this laptop over to this promoter that's trying to play Dr. Dre's unreleased music, featuring Eminem actually. And once you do that, he's going to run away and put it in a backpack and just run away. You just have to shoot your way back out exactly the way you came, all the way back to the elevator. Once you get to the elevator, you'll see the promoter going down into the nightclub, the music locker. Follow him down there. This is the most awkward area of this mission. These guys are all over this nightclub in awkward areas, so be careful, you can easily get killed here, okay? So make sure you've got snacks and body armor. Take everybody out. Then you can take him out and then take his bag. You don't actually have to kill him. You just have to take his bag, but kill him anyway. And then when you escape, make sure you escape through the casino, okay? Don't go through the music locker exit, because that'll just bring you out on the street. Unless you put a personal vehicle there, next to the exit of the music locker, you're just going to be on the street with no vehicle. If you go the other way, you're going to be in the casino parking lot where there's going to be a bunch of vehicles, even a cheetah. So grab the cheetah and get the hell out of there, go back to the agency, mission complete. Now the next act of the Dr. Dre VIP contract, if you like, is High Society Leak. Now the first set of mission for this is a very good skip. Once you get to the point where you have to follow a limousine, this is going to take 10 minutes following this limousine. You can take the 10 minutes if you want, or you can just blow up the limousine, grab their wallet, go back to the agency, mission complete. The next set of mission is guest list. You have to kidnap some guy and also steal his car, okay? So once you get to him, you just have to stun gun him, and then a cutscene will show you putting him in the boot of the car, and then just drive the car back to the agency. Just be careful you don't kill him as you're killing all the NPCs around him, okay? Now the final of the High Society Leak is probably my favorite mission out of the Dr. Dre VIP contract. Guys, with this mission you can use the Vigilante, or if you don't have the Vigilante, use an Armor Kruma or the Duke of Death or something like that, so that way if this mission does get a bit too rough, you can always hide in the bulletproof car. But the Vigilante is going to make this mission so much easier. Okay, just go over to the mansion in the Vigilante and start blowing up all the cars and the DJ equipment. Make sure the dialogue is going on to the next point by going next to the DJ equipment, okay? Once you blow up all of the cars and start killing all the NPCs, the next point of the mission will trigger where the helicopter will start escaping. Now the helicopter is always going to crash in the same place, so you just have to hit it like twice with a missile, and then you have to follow it the rest of the way until it triggers the cutscene where it's going to crash. Guys, if you're in the Armor Kruma, just drive ahead of it or drive around it or whatnot, and then get out and then hit it with a homing missile. If you're in the Vigilante, you're pretty much, it's going to be a walk in the park. But guys, you can run out of missiles with the Vigilante. Just despawn it in the interaction menu and then respawn it, and you get your missiles back. Now, once it starts to crash, you can jump off this bridge here with this ramp, and then go up to this guy, take the card off of him, kill him if you want to, and then to get back on the bridge, go up this ramp here, and then you're back on the bridge, and then you can go back to the agency. Mission complete. Now the next one is the South Central Leak, okay? The first set of mission for the South Central Leak is called Davis. You have to go and pick up a guy called Vernon and then bring him to a drug deal, okay? A meth deal. Kill the NPCs, interrupt the deal, grab the white van, escape the lost MC, and then bring it to the drop-off point. Nothing really much to say on this one. Mission complete. The next set of mission is Ballers. Now Ballers, you have to pick up Vernon again, and then you have to go to either Grove Street, or it's going to be at a different location near Grove Street at a gas station, and you have to kill up a bunch of Ballers, okay, by helping the families and stuff, using the railgun or an explosive sniper rifle to take out all of the vehicles that keep coming. Once you kill all the vehicles that actually keep arriving, the mission is basically over. You then have to follow Vernon to a lockup area where him and the Ballers then decide to work together for the final of this act. Now the South Central Leak final is all about the Armor Kruma, guys. Spawn the Armor Kruma or a Duke of Death right at the beginning of the mission, so that way you got a bulletproof vehicle, and then go on over to the two SUVs. Once you get to the two SUVs, you have to go over to the Vagos. Once you get to the Vagos, the cutscene's going to play. As soon as the cutscene plays, run and jump back into your armored Kruma, and then go around, kill all the NPCs until the next cutscene plays, and then the gang boss will then try to escape. Then you can just chase him straight away in your Armor Kruma, take him out, and then you have to steal his lowrider car. Okay, so whatever you do not blow up that lowrider car by mistake, like during the first part of the mission there. And then steal the lowrider car, bring it back to the agency. Mission complete. Now for the final, or the final is like a two-part final of this Dr. Dre VIP contract. Now, the first part is studio time. Studio time, you have to go over to Dr. Dre's Record A studio. But guys, it tells you to get into Dr. Dre's car at the beginning of the mission. What you want to do is spawn the Vigilante. If not the Vigilante, then an Armor Kruma or the Duke of Death. Drive the Vigilante, if you've got it, over to the Record A studios, and then start bombing the hell out of all the NPCs outside until you can go inside the studio. And once you're inside, you have to take out all of the enemies until it tells you to then go over inside the actual studio, and a massive cutscene will play. But these guys will be all hiding in doorways and stuff like that, so be very careful. These guys are really annoying. They just come out of all random doorways, okay? Could be behind you or anything, so it might be a good idea to throw some proximity mines behind you, but just remember that you did that because you might have to go back that way, because sometimes they get stuck in rooms and stuff like that. So yeah. Now the last part of the Dr. Dre VIP contract is called Don't Fuck With Dre. Okay, you have to go over to Johnny Guns' last location, which is at this little train yard here, and explosive sniper rifle, guys, is the one. Okay, it doesn't really matter what vehicle you got because it's going to take you out of the vehicle and put you inside a train. Okay, so use the train as cover, but you can use the explosive sniper rifle to take out the cars that are coming, or the railgun. And once you've done that and you've taken out all the NPCs, you can then spawn whatever vehicle you want and then head on over to LSIA. Once you get to LSIA, you then have to shoot your way through this corridor until you get into the hangar. Once you get through this corridor, to your left there could be an explosion, this gas tanker. It always gets shot by the NPCs. I always blow it up myself, as you see me do right now, because I knew it was just going to blow me up. And then go around these planes here, and it's like a U-shape around that red and white plane. And there's also a Russian-looking plane in the background there. See that black one with the red stars? That is going to have a vehicle come out of it with like 4 NPCs. It's going to take 2 railgun shots to blow it up. Okay, it's a little bit armored. Okay, you're trying to make your way to Johnny Guns. Once you get to Johnny Guns, you just have to shoot him up a few times, then interact with him. Then Dr. Dre will show up at the hangar, and then you just have to drive Dr. Dre all the way to Shumash, and basically it's going to end the mission. You're going to get your $1 million on a normal day, but $2 million this week as we're making this guide, because it's double money in RP. And guys, if you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any more GTA videos like this one. Big shout out goes out to Cybertry for letting me know some of the mission skips in this guide, like the limousine and the Mark II on the yacht one. And have a lovely day, guys. Godspeed. We'll see you in the next one. Peace out.